What's up, y'all? It's Macho,
It's Savory,
and you're watching
and you're watching
Drinks with a Nobody.
Be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, like our channel, share our content. We premiere Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
What it do? What's going on?
What's going on?
How you doing, Savory?
I'm chilling, hearing that slap even harder.
You hearing the slap?
I'm hearing
the slap
that
heard
slap.
around the world?
I heard it today again, though. Loud and clear.
You got some nerve, yo.
That was a loud slap, bro.
It was.
When's the last time we spoke about a slap, a smack for this long? Like, who's the last person I got smacked that we're like, yo, he got smacked?
I have no clue.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been a minute.
I know the VMAs have always had issues, right? Like, historically speaking.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is that stage, though. VMAs for the younger crowd. I think they used to stage stuff.
Stage, or like, even, what was it, the other one where like the rappers get into fights all the time and all that stuff? You know that one?
Yeah. What's the name of that one? It's different. There's so many awards, but Oscars is a big deal, though. Oscars is next level. It's supposed to be the eloquent one.
George Bush. Look at that. George Bush he had the shoe thrown at him. You remember that? I'll never forget that.
Yeah. You mentioned that a lot.
He literally had a shoe tossed at him. How's that sound? A sitting president. But he had some ducking skills. Did you see the ducking skills he had? Like, my man was standing there. He was like, ooh, yeah, he missed him.
Ooh, he missed him. Oh, I've seen that. Secret Service, you fired. Secret Service should have caught that.
We have Felicia in the building. Look at this.
Yo, what up, Felicia?
Felicia's in here via Twitch now. Look at that. She's on that Twitch vibe.
Oh.
We have Travis in the house. How are you?
What up? What up?
We haven't gone live in a while. We've been posting videos up via, like, postmarked. It's all, set up so that, that way we can edit. We could have nice looking videos, stuff like that. So we wanted to do something nice for y'all. But as soon as I got the notification that Will Smith resigned from the membership of the Oscars, I have a lot of questions, Savory. Like, what do you think? Like, what are your thoughts on it?
Damn. Yeah, this is an ongoing story here. So we got I don't know, I think Will feels really guilty right now.
You think so?
Will feels incredibly guilty. I think he feels bad. This is what, this is how, men feel like that when they let their emotions get the best of them. He let his emotions get the best of him. And when you do that, it's ripple effects, right? You keep thinking about it. You affect a lot of people. So yeah, he's under the gun, man. The man is under the gun, and he's
facts.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Think about this, Macho. Remember, he's always that stand-up dude, right? Right? When you talk about Will, he's that dude that's smooth with it, stays out of trouble, don't know much about his marriage, but he's a great actor for most people, at least not for Macho. But he just kind of like lives in that space of like, all right, I'm a stand-up dude. So now,
first off, don't be
this
throwing
is a
me
shot
under
at
the
your
bus
legacy.
Like that. Don't be throwing me under the bus. Oh, no,
yeah,
Macho
this man don't like Will. You don't like Will.
I say he's not that great of an actor. That's what I said.
He's up there though.
He's up there with Woo. Like, with who? We're gonna put him up there with the greats? I don't know if I'm putting him up there with the greats.
I won't say he's a legend, but he's up there. He's up there. Will is a top talent, right? He makes the top 40 best actors of all time. Somewhere in the 20s, he might be.
All right. I absolutely don't agree, but okay. But Michigan here says, are we streaming on Twitch now? Yes, we have been.
Yeah.
We've been, when we do go live, we do have our connection to Twitch. So as we go live on YouTube, we also go live on Twitch. But no, I do not
The
think
pursuit of slappiness. My man Jeff.
the pursuit of slappiness. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh no.
Oh, Aaron's in the house. What's going on? Or I say Aaron, but I don't know. Is it Aaron or
Aaron,
yeah?
my guy, my guy. Don't know much about his marriage. You don't know that he's a cuck.
What's a cuck?
I guess like a loser, right? Right, Aaron, sound like that? Yeah, what I'm saying is he tries to keep all that under wraps. I never thought his marriage was a good marriage. I never thought his marriage was an example, but he does his best to keep everything under wraps, to keep a
Yeah.
good image of himself. I was never buying it, but many people were. This just exposed what people like, I would assume Aaron and other people already knew, like, yo, this guy, man, he's not about this life, right? He doesn't have a good marriage. He has a lot of problems, you know. Oh yeah, look at this.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
that's what a cuck is. I got it now. Someone who
someone who
lets
lets.
their
Ooh,
spouse
that's
sleep
fire.
with a like they participate in that too while they're at it too. By the way, that's
That's
very strange stuff there. I mean,
that's no marriage to. That's no example, right? Like nobody should look up to these people. They're just. This is why I'm weary of like anybody looking up to celebrities, actors, because everybody has a Will Smith kind of persona deep inside where it's like they're not the idol you think they are. I never thought they were, but many people do, and I warn people against that because these people ain't idols. All right, so
well, that's what Jim Carrey was saying. We covered this in a previous episode, guys. So check it out. We have a couple of episodes covering the slap heard around the world, and yeah, I mean, Jim Carrey had some things to say on Gayle King. Remember, he said things like, this is a reminder that we're not the cool club anymore. I mean,
mhm.
he's alluding to the idea that we were somebody to be looked up to, right? This was revered. This was like a prestigious event.
Mm.
But the judging by how the Hollywood stepped up and just gave him a standing ovation, it just is just to show that, like he said, Hollywood is spineless. What do you think, Saber?
Oh yeah. The thing is, this is my personality growing up. Always, I never cared about celebrities, bro. Like I never had an attitude. You know, thankfully, I guess people around me, my dad always trained me like that. Like, why? Like, these people are just people in my eyes. I just think they had a talent. So I always appreciated people for their talent, but I never looked beyond that, right? I never looked at a celebrity and I'm like, oh my God, what a great actor. I want to have his life. For me, I'm like, I don't know, man. I feel like these people are kind of miserable. Many of them, you know, they're just, plain
Kind of. I
yeah,
think they
many.
very much so are miserable because they can't go anywhere in secret. Think about it,
Hmm. Yeah. You don't
right?
really have a private life. Yeah. I was
There's
sitting
no
on that
private
right now,
life.
and I'm like, you know what? You're right. You don't really have a private life. You're just like going about it, you know. But getting back to some of what just happened right now, right? Will Smith resigned membership from Oscars, which I think is a fancy way of saying like he's not part of that. Is he giving his award back? Right? Is this all kind of like I don't know if that's all happening. But the man feels incredibly guilty because he had no emotional control and his manhood has been stripped, but it was just exposed on the public stage. Yeah, I said it. That's my breakdown right there.
Wait, what do you mean his manhood was stripped? Like,
His
can
manhood's
you
been
elaborate on
stripped.
that?
All right,
What do
let's
you mean?
elaborate on this, right?
Are you talking
The
about the
man,
entanglement? Are you talking about the entanglement?
we talking about entanglement here, man. His entanglement, his I think Aaron shared where Um, it was that open relationship concept, which he never commented on, which goes to show it's probably many of that is true. Her red table talk shows you what kind of woman she is, right? The people she has there, and then Will Smith, yeah, he's not that guy. Like Will
I'm
Smith,
gonna
man,
ask you a
he's not
question.
that guy,
I want to ask you: would you be a man like if your wife sat down, just wanted to have a public discussion, like we became somebody? You know, we're nobodies here, but if we became somebody and we're sitting in there, like, yeah, I want to
maybe nobody,
expose the inner workings of our relationship. Would you sit through that? Like, would you be okay with that? I just want to
bro,
see.
bro. If that happens, I married the wrong person. Literally, if that's ever a conversation, that's a red flag. I don't care if it's 5, 20 years from now. You just made a mistake, buddy. Because if this woman's thinking of this now, either her mindset has changed so drastically that she doesn't understand the importance of a marriage in the way I define it,
Right.
right? Or she understands it and just doesn't respect your chump ass,
I
right?
think that's what
It's
it comes
one of the
down
two.
to, yeah. I think,
It's respect.
like we've seen in other social media, content creators talk about how, like, women don't respect men who are, like, very, like, exposing of themselves, right? If they're not guarded or not like, somewhat in some ways like, revered. If
Mhm.
the woman doesn't revere you, doesn't think of you as, like, secure, then you're honestly, you're dead in the water to her, right? She's not really gonna care.
Exactly. Yeah, Aaron says something right here. If she changes her mindset, you failed as a leader, right? Because yeah, you're supposed to keep your woman grounded. I know it's outdated, but she helps you too as well. But there's some a big part of it where you're leading the way because of your framework, your mindset. Will is a ship lost at sea, my brother.
But my
The
whole thing
man's the
is,
man's never been in charge of anything.
John Leguizamo said it. He's like, we're not supposed to take ourselves that serious, right? We're in the business of, like, if you're in the limelight, this is fame. People are gonna talk about you, right?
Yo, the man is dealing with insane drama, insecurity, and again, I'm gonna say it again for those of y'all who didn't hear me. His man's hood has been stripped a long time ago. It was just exposed on the public stage because to do something like that, you're not doing that as a joke because if it was the joke, then you got bigger problems where you
Right,
just need serious help. But we know it wasn't the joke because you're not a dumb guy. You're just an emasculated. You're just a guy who has no control over his family or relationship that you had to. This is the key point right here. You had to prove to the world that you have to stand up for your family. That's all that was. I don't have to prove to no one that I'm a good husband other than my wife. I don't have to prove to no one that I'm a good father other than my kids. A real man has no need to prove that. He
right,
did that because he was emasculated, his self-esteem
big
was
time.
down, and then when
Yeah,
he went on stage and did that, it took a sense back of who he was. Remember in his book, I think you mentioned this in our past episode, where he didn't stand up for his mother when she was being abused. I don't know if it was his dad or stepdad, but his mother was abused. Speaks openly about that in his book, oddly enough. And this all comes out. Look, this is why you got to be careful of different men you look up to, right? Because this man is not a man you look up to, and on top of that, it wasn't about the joke. It just goes way deeper
and
than
then
that,
it
man.
overshadowed everybody else. Like I said, Questlove. There was a lot of people there that
Hmm.
were celebrating their first award and stuff like that, and this overshadows that because look at what we're talking about. We're talking about that, and again, normally people don't typically watch the Oscars because it's an event that people don't associate themselves with, right? Because these are people that are, like, top tier, right? Elites.
Hmm.
So it's like, but then you have something like this happen. Like we've had AJ's hot take is like, yo, let us get to the Grammys. Like in terms of the black people, oh, let us
Hmm.
get in the Grammys. Let us get in the Grammys. Then you get in it and your ass don't even know how to act. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
I think we should. Can we play that hot take sneak peek? People who are live here with us, so they can kind of see it. Like, why
of our
not?
video
Of the
of
hot
our
take.
previous. Oh, the hot take
Yeah.
of
Any way you can
let's
pull that up? AJ's hot
yeah,
take.
yeah. I can definitely
Yeah,
get it up.
because look, and this is a sneak peek, guys. We usually put this in our episodes. If y'all been following us, we got our my man Macho has been killing it with the edits, but we got better content coming out, as many people have told us and you've seen.
So
But
should I roll up from one of our past videos? Yeah, right?
yeah, the Will Smith hot take.
Of the one that yeah, I know exactly what we're doing
Yeah, yeah,
here.
play that wherever it is, but play that Will Smith. Part of me still think it was staged. Ratings were tanking. Now everyone is talking about the Oscars. Yeah, in the beginning, I can see how people think that, right? And I won't totally rule it out, but I'm more leaning towards it not being staged because of all the after effect. But again, that's why they're actors, right? So, you know,
Hold on one second. I
we,
almost got it.
yeah, yeah, you might be onto something. But I think it just exposed Will in a different way. Like I don't think Will would want to stage something like that. I don't think Chris Rock, talking about, black men and all that, and this whole I don't think people they will put themselves through that. So yeah.
I mean, the thing is, before we play this hot take from AJ again, I want to just briefly say to everybody that we have had now a person join our show in a different way, where they AJ from TikTok comes in and he gives a hot take for us on our episode. So similarly, what he does on his own show on his YouTube channel, also he is selling merchandise as well that he wants us to spread the word. AJ's Rant Room.com. If Savory, while we play this hot take, if you can put that on the lower third, and that way we can showcase it to the audience here. So without further ado, let's do that. Let's roll that.
You want me to right here?
Yeah, on the caption, yeah.
I just see my picture here.
What picture? No, on the caption. If one of these captions, can you type in AJ's rantroom.com?
Oh, you're saying on the comments?
Not in the, well, you could put it in the comments too. Yeah, let's throw it in the comment section. I was thinking we put it in the lower third, like one of these captions here that we have. We have a ton of captions, by the way. Let's see here. I'll throw it in like this. In case anybody wants to buy the hat that he's showcasing, AJ's rantroom.com. Right now, voila. Yeah.
Let's see what AJ got to say, man. Come on, man.
Yo, AJ, what's on your mind today?
Oh, Willard. Apparently the slap heard around the world is still fresh on people's tongues. And the Academy is considering what repercussions Will Smith should face. The Academy is considering sanctioning Will Smith. Now, I don't know what exactly that looks like, but hey, he needs to face some sort of repercussion for this bullshit. I mean, totally avoidable. And spare me the protect black woman BS. Big Willie, you worked your ass off for this, and you squandered that major moment in your career because somebody told a bad joke about your wife? Yeah, protect black women, but there's a way to protect black women and be responsible at the same time. Y'all were part of the parade that was leading Oscar so white, let us in, let us in, let us in. They finally let y'all black asses in, and this is what y'all do? Oh, Willard. And Chris Rock had his first show since the incident up in Boston yesterday, and he had extra security, and then he got on stage and he addressed it for a mere moment, saying he's still processing it. I wish Chris had pressed charges, but Black Hollywood would have came after him and started throwing him under the bus. All he did was slap you. All he did was slap you, and you caused it anyway. I love how accountability goes, but there definitely needs to be some swift repercussions for this. Just because you're Will Smith doesn't mean you get to trample all over the rules with no recourse. Apparently, there's been friction between Jada Pinkett and Chris Rock ever since the 90s, going all the way back to the Million Woman March, when Jada Pinkett spoke and then Chris Rock went on his then talk show and mocked her. In a nutshell, calling out her performative activism. And I remember during that Oscar So White movement, and there, Will and Jada's, no, we're not attending. And I remember Chris Rock clapped back and he was like, well, you weren't invited. And yeah, Will did issue an apology to Chris on Instagram the day after, but that's bullshit. You should have, at that moment when you won that award, you should have said something about him during that speech. You apologized to the Academy, you apologized to your fellow nominees, but you didn't apologize to the person you just assaulted? Are you fucking kidding me? Now, I don't think they should rescind his Oscar, but they're definitely, the Academy has to come up with something that he will not forget. He has to be punished for this one way or the other. He is not above reproach. There was also an apology floating around that day from Chris Rock, but Chris' team was like, that's not from us. We don't know who sent that, but that wasn't us. Now, clearly there are some underlying things in that marriage that is now boiling over into the public ether, and maybe it's time to reconsider that no divorce option, because, sometimes we're not the same person we married, X amount of years ago. Maybe it's time to move on. Maybe it's time for greener pastures, time to do something new, make you happy, and smile again. Hallelujah. All.
Oh, shout out to AJ.
Shout out to AJ. Shout out to AJ.
AJ really did his thing on that, man. Broke it down. My boy broke it down. That's facts.
So we got it right here. AJsRantRoom.com.
Yeah, go get that merch. It's amazing merch. I'm about to order some of that to support my guy. Not only because he's my guy, but that merch, that hat look fresh.
And he's on the team. He's on the D1 team.
Yeah, man.
He's on the D1 team. Man. By the way, everybody, please like and share if you like what we got going on here. And We just appreciate everybody coming out
Appreciate y'all.
and having a drink with us. But yeah, what does this mean going forward, Savory, that he resigns from the membership of the Oscars? What happens from here?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. I don't know the exact details to that, but I think it would have to do with his award now, right? I think it would have to do with his participation, possibly even moving forward in the Oscar, right? And I think it's a stain on his acting career, right? I don't think that is to be taken lightly. Remember, we're talking about Oscars, right? What is an Oscar, bro? That's your championship. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's the equivalence of what you fight for. You go to the NBA, yeah, you want to be an MVP, you want to score 30, but you want to win a championship. The man just won a championship and embarrassed himself the same night. So it's staying on his legacy. The
Uh,
details of what it means, more to come, but I can tell you it's a stain.
and not only that, Savory, like it also adds to your resume, right? Like if you have X amount of awards, then this is leverage for when you go to the table and have a discussion about, hey, this is the kind of money I require because look at the
Mm,
amount of nominations I received, look at the amount of awards. So off the
exactly.
rip, this is the minimum requirements that I get. And so again, yeah, you get the championship, but then at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you ruin yourself because you make a public spectacle. Edgar, what's going on?
What's going on? What's
We
going
got
on,
Edgar
fam?
here. Thank you.
What's
Thank
up?
you.
What's up? Thank you, bro. Appreciate the support, man. Yeah, like, share our content, man. We are definitely stepping up our game with the content.
We're
So when we
trying.
tell y'all we appreciate y'all joining live, we appreciate y'all. When y'all don't see us live, trust me, my man Macho and I'm doing my best as well behind the scenes to make sure we're giving y'all edited, fresh, crisp content, brothers. So
For
just
the best we
keep
can,
that in mind.
like,
Yeah, just
right now we're
best we
doing the
can.
best
Well,
we can, and
yeah, we're working what we
but
got, man. Make it
I
happen,
feel
though.
like I like that take that you said there about him not having his manhood again, not having a respect. Because again, it's just a joke, and if you
Yeah,
really have a problem about it, you could have handled it a lot differently. Because again, you like the difference between people who are out in the street who don't have money, right? People they're supposed to be seen as like, oh, they're not thinking, but the prestigiousness that comes with being looked up to, honored, revered. We're supposed to be lead by an example,
exactly.
and that they didn't show that. I mean, I
They
like I
didn't show
said,
that.
I just felt like when he said, "Oh, he reacted." How did you react? You literally were laughing, and then when your wife made a face, is when you're like, "All right, let me go handle this because I this ride home." You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. And I'm happy Chris Rock is about to make 10 times the money on this tour. I don't know if you know that. He's about to make
Oh, I
almost
didn't even
10
know that.
times. Yeah, so tickets went up. Tickets that cost $30 now went up to about $300. Somebody posted on Twitter. And you can just imagine that happening for half of his tickets only. You're talking about 10x the amount you make, and good for you. Why? Because you weren't trying to milk this, but you're about to speak on a real situation somewhere in your tour. And if you don't speak about it, it is what it is. Because, yo, you literally were the victim of an emasculated man.
Facts. Yeah, and again,
But yeah, man.
it was displayed right there before. So now you're not involved. You're not going to be nominated. You could be in a smoking hot movie. You're finished. You're done. Maybe for a year, maybe for two, maybe
Hmm.
for three. Like I said, it's going to be dry for Will for a while. Like
It's gonna
I
be
said
dry.
this in one of our
You said it
episodes,
before.
guys. We're also going to link our previous episodes to this live. So at the end,
Yep.
once we publish this, we're gonna
You'll see the
uh,
other
put
two
a
we
put
published
it in
on
the
this.
link,
Yep.
yeah, in the description there. And well, again, guys, thanks for joining. And any
Yeah,
thoughts,
man.
any things that you guys want us to talk about, you guys want us to really dive deep into, share it. Let us know, and we'll cover it. And of course, right, Savory, we always do this over a
Over a
drink.
drink. Yes,
So
sir. And we'll leave this with Glenn's comment as well. First of all, these are not role models. Let's remember that, man. Be careful who you put as your role models.
facts.
Edgar, Aaron, appreciate y'all chatting it up on the chat. And we definitely will be back sooner than later. Cheers.
Cheers, y'all. Take care.